Hello there and welcome to Namident Academy. Today I'm going to discuss about the strategy of writing a research paper. In my previous video, I have explained about the structure of a research paper. If you have not seen that video, you can check the link below and you can watch that video. Writing is one of the important skills that a researcher should possess, and it helps us as researchers and academicians to express our ideas or our results for people to understand the progress in science, and for those in the industry to use these ideas or these results and these developments to come out with products that will help advance the betterment of life for we the people of here on earth and for our future generations. Therefore, publication and writing manuscript is very important. The way papers are being presented are different from how papers should be written. If anybody want to write a paper and maintain motivation from the beginning to the end, and I advise that the person should not follow that steps, that format as we see on published papers. And therefore, we need a strategy of writing a research paper. Before I give out this strategy, I'm presuming that currently anybody who wants to write a research paper might have get his or her data and might have processed the data and find all the results. Now, as we talk, the results is available, and therefore it's only the writing that include. My first advice for any person who is trying to write a research paper is that the person should make a follow-up literature research to see because what is the progress since he or her started that research. Because when we are starting any research, we look at the literature to see what people have done, and then from there we draft a research proposal and start a research. Sometimes it takes 3 months or 4 months or 5 months or even years to finish that data, to finish that research and process our data and get results. In some field, the speed of evolving of the science there is very high. And even 1 week, things can change rapidly. For example, in the computer sciences, things change rapidly a week or two. In other sciences, it's not like that. Things take time. So depending on your field or in general, I ask you to go back and do a literature review of the topic you want to write. And if you have not seen my video on how to read a research paper, please check the link below. You will see that link to that video. So my advice is for anybody who want to write a research paper should go back and have literature review again and read again with the result that the person have in mind. And therefore, after that, the second thing is for the person to come out with a theme for writing the paper. So, based on the literature review, the person should be able to come out with a theme. And the theme shows the audience of the paper. If you want to talk much about the method you use, then your audience are generally the professionals in the field, or those people concentrated in your field. Also, if you are talking, your paper is going to talk much about theory, then you are also concentrated with the audience typically in the field. But when you are going to talk, your paper is going to describe much of the results. Then your audience can be both in your field and outside your field. So in general, you should be able to come out with a theme upon which you are going to draft your manuscript or your paper and go on with that. If that is said and done, then the first thing a person can do is to come out with the title of the manuscript. The title is very important because the title will base on the theme, and the title will be the important factor that can turn the discussion and the way a person will present its results. So title also is very important in marketing your paper after being published. So you can look at the trend in your field and your data and draft a very marketable title. So the next thing one would have to do is to go directly to the methodology. This is the part that you know best because you have done the experiment, you have used the tools, you know the materials that you have used, you know how you did what you did. So it's easily to write this part of the paper without much thinking, without much giving citation and everything. So it's easy to maintain motivation and to see that, wow, I've been able to write a section of my paper within a few days. So first of all, the strategy is go directly to the methodology, which in the format comes about is it the comes about after 4 or 5 section. But in writing, you should start writing it first and explain everything you need to explain. At this level, do not be concerned with the citation, with defending of the date of the why you use this method, this. No, just write it as it is. When you are done with the method, now you move down and go to write the results because you have done the research and that you will process the data. The results is freshly in your mind. Therefore, writing the results and explaining the results will be very easy at this level. So write the results and look at this, write the results such a way that they tell a story, progressive story, and that will get your paper being published very easy. And regarding what goes in the results, you can check my videos on the structure of a research paper. So after writing the results, then now go and write the what we call the discussions. Here, for the first draft of your manuscript, don't concern don't concern yourself much on giving citation and supporting the science with the previous literature. Just concern yourself with the interpretation of your data, the science behind your results. What is the scientific meaning of your results and what is the contribution you are brought as a result of that research? So this is a very important part of the manuscript. So you have to take your time and clearly explain everything that you have, everything that you know in the paper. After that, now go down and write the conclusion. In writing of the conclusion, you already knew in mind the purpose of writing your doing the research, and therefore you will weigh it with what you have found and the significance of the paper. So here you can be able to write a very good conclusion. Still, your motivation will be high. After that, go up, very up, and now write your abstract. And now write your abstract. Because the abstract depends on the discussion and the results and the conclusion you have made, plus the title. So when now you go and write your abstract, make a abstract such a way that the abstract can stand alone, summarizing the most important findings and conclusion of your paper. If you want to know what goes in abstract, I'm referring you to the link below about the structure of a research paper. There you can find much information about that. So now, after writing the abstract, the remaining is the introduction. Introduction is the most difficult part of writing a research paper, because that one has to do with literature survey and a lot of citation. And with that one, some researchers do make it into 4 or 5 sections. The later part of the introduction, you already knew why you are doing that is where you write your aims, why you did the result, why you did what you did, the aims and any other things. So here the introduction should be written last, because it's difficult. But then, as you are writing it, you still have motivation, because when you look back, you say, oh, I've already finished this research. I've already finished writing this paper. It's left with the abstract. Why not finish it? So if you do like that, you will still get the motivation. Know that, oh, nothing has remained. It's just the abstract that remain. It's just the introduction that remain. Why not finish it up? And then you will now write your introduction clearly and narratively and progressively, as I explain in my videos of writing the structure of a research paper. So when you feel after this, you might have finished the first draft of your paper. This is very important, that you finish your first draft of the paper and your motivation is still up. You still have high motivation. Oh, now I finish. I now have to polish it. So now you go to the method again and look at, okay, where do I need to put some citation to support why I use that method? Then you fix those citation there. You understand? Then you fix the citation there. Then you go to the discussion, where you need to support your discussion to a previous researcher. Is it in alignment to the previous research papers? If yes, what are the references? If no, are you bringing a new discovery? If yes, what is the science behind it? Is there any theoretical background, any theoretical support to that? Then you're going to fix all this citation inside. Then after that, your first draft of your paper is ready. And that when you reach this level, you have really done a very good work. So you will have to leave the paper aside for 1 or 3 days. Then now take the paper back and read it with a fresh mind. Here you are going to self-correct yourself from the grammatical corrections, from the citation, any other stuff. You will correct yourself there. You have to correct it. And after that, you will give it to a senior or a supervisor or a lecturer or a colleague or a friend that you think it will critically analyze and read your paper clearly to come out with the mistake and fault and suggestion that would need you to polish the paper. So when you are able to get about 2 or 3 people to talk to give you a feedback about your paper and also follow step by step their recommendation, your paper should now be ready for submission to a journal house. In our future videos, I'm going to explain the process of submitting your paper to a journal house, what you need to do before you going to submit your paper, and how do you select best journal. I have a bonus information here for somebody who is very fresher in writing a research paper. This is what I have for you. It's simple. Go into your field, check about the literature into your field. You can find a name of a researcher who is being pronounced, and everybody or most work in this our contemporary time, people are citing the work. That means those are the godfathers or the founding fathers of those fields in this our time. So what you do is go there and search for the person's current paper. When you search for the person's current paper, print it or put it on the screen and look at how the person has arranged his talks using your own voice and your own writing style. Look at how the person has explained his results. If you have similar results or any other results in that field, look at how the person has formatted it and written it, write it similar to that. Using what? Very important, using your own words to explain your own work. But looking at, let that paper of that founding father of that field be your guide and go it after the other, one after the other, using the strategy I explained here. And after that, your paper is going to be very good. Although you are a first time writing a research paper, you are going to get a very good paper. So this is the end of my discussion today, and thank you very much for your attention and for the time and for watching me. If you have any other information besides what I've explained, please make a comment down and let me also learn from you. If you have enjoyed this video and you would like to show it off, like the video. If you are listening to if you are watching this video, if you have not already subscribed to the video, I encourage you to subscribe to it to see my future videos, and you can recommend it to your colleagues and friends. Thank you very much and see you in my next video.